Hi Leo, I'm Pam and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for November 2018. This month I'm using the Aquarian Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Leo Sun, Leo Ascendant, and Leo Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, Leo, now on to your November 2018 Psychic Tarot reading. And the first card you have is the Ten of Rods. And the Ten of Rods is a card that symbolizes moving on to new and better horizons with 10 rods of burden on your shoulder. But these burdens are actually knowledge and experience you gained that are going to help you as you move on to these new and better horizons. You could feel overburdened in the month of November. It could also be indicating that. But you're moving on in some way. I see, these rods for you are actually like accumulation of a lot of props, tools, necessary strategies, ideas, plans. Like it's all this kind of stuff that you're going to use somehow. And it may have to do with marketing, promotions. If you own your own business or you're a YouTuber, you could be marketing or promoting your business in a different way. And I see like all these things are going to get used in some kind of dynamic program that you're going to be putting together. For some of you. That's not the case for all you Leos out there, but for some of you for sure. I do feel there were some hurdles that you had to cross either prior to November or in November, but I feel like, it feels to me like you've already crossed them or gotten past them or through them. And if you're really good at managing, like organizing, scheduling, managing, overseeing, I feel like that could be involved here. You may try to get a job doing that, or if you own your own business, you may be restructuring and changing the way you manage and handle your business, your scheduling, but also content or things that you need to use ingredients to make something, or tools and materials you need to use to do something. It's like you could be compiling them in a different way and using them and utilizing them moving forward, or it could be something you're putting together, like this whole new thing you're going to do. It could be a business you want to start. If you already own your own business, then it's furthering your business in a new area, branching out in some way, it feels like to me. In your past, for some of you Leos, you may have had to struggle and take odd jobs or sideline work to stay afloat. But I don't feel that's what's happening for you now. I feel like you're past that. I get that sense again, like these are things that happened in the past. Some of what I'm saying is about your past. Your reputation is building in a positive way. And some of you may start advertising yourself in different formats or in a different way, because I get a lot of things to do with advertising, marketing, publicizing yourself. That all swirls around this. So your next card is another rod card. This is a good card. You have these two might go together. You have the Ace of Rods next, and this is the birth of a new business, birth of a child, birth of a project, birth of a plan, idea, something new beginning. It's a new beginning, or new growth, new development. Could be receiving an inheritance when this card shows up. Buying a new house. If you go anywhere where you step out on a stage, there's going to be thunderous applause and rave reviews. I know that's like, what? I'm not stepping out on any stage. What's she talking about? Well, but some of you Leos are. You may be making a big presentation in front of a large group of people in an audience. And what is the presentation? I don't know, Leo. Are you teaching something? Are you being psychic in front of a whole audience of people? Are you doing mediumship? Are you giving speeches about something else? Are you teaching something that you know how to do? Are you singing or performing? I don't know. It could be any one of those, but I get thunderous applause, rave reviews when you step out on any stage. And if you're not doing that right now, Leo, this could happen at any time between now and January of 2020. That's how far this prediction goes out for you. But it could happen for you this month. It really could. But some of you, it's going to happen a little later. If you have any family members that step up to the plate to you and try to put you down, you're going to tell them off. And I know that may sound like a weird message here, but it doesn't mean that's what this whole card means in its entirety, because it doesn't. But I do see that happening for some of you. And we do have Thanksgiving here in the United States. I don't know if other countries celebrate anything, an important holiday in November, but a lot of times people do get in family arguments on Thanksgiving. It can happen. So I'm not wishing that on you. I'm not saying that's where it's going to happen, because you all don't live in the United States that watch this video. But I'm telling you, some of you have some family member that's going to say something to you you don't like, or put you down in some way, and you're going to stand up for yourself. You're going to say something back to them. Some of you are germinating seeds and planting seeds to see if you can get people to get on board with your idea of what you're doing, or what something you want to do. Now, this could be investors. This could be, people you know in the same line of work as you, or people that have capital that they can invest in something. It could also be maybe you're not working, or you don't have your own business, and this could be about your family. Maybe there's certain things you want your kids or grandkids to do, or other people in your family to do. So you're like going to plant these seeds to see if anybody acts like, yeah, we'd like to do it. Maybe you want everybody to buy a vacation home and everybody chip in on it, and you all divide it up in weeks when you can go, or you want to get a timeshare, or you want to go on a long vacation. It doesn't all just have to be about some entrepreneur idea or a business project or something you want to see happen in that regard. For some of you, it's in this other realm that I just discussed. So you got another ace. I don't know why I didn't notice that, but look at you go, Leo. You got Ace of Cups, new beginnings in love. It can be new beginnings in a love relationship you're already in, a rebirth or a new beginning. It could also be meeting someone new and starting a new love relationship. This can also be just the abundance of love coming to you by your public, your family, your friends. It could be universal and populous love coming at you. Wow, you got some people that are going to jump all over what you're doing. And you do have some people that are going to give you positive feedback, be totally into whatever you're doing. If you're on YouTube or you're out in the public in some way, you're going to have some kind of following that's going to happen here. And people applauding your efforts, congratulating you, shaking your hand, being on board with what you're doing. A lot of that comes up with this Ace of Cups. Some of you Leos that were hoping that you could have a baby, or waiting to find out if you were going to have a baby, are going to have a baby. And if it's not you having the baby, it could be your daughter, your son, your granddaughter, your grandson, a sibling to you, but it would be somebody you really, really, really care about and are close to if it's not you. Don't be surprised if you're single that somebody doesn't throw down the gauntlet of marriage and proposes and gives you an engagement ring, or wants to, make some big declaration like that to you. For some of you, it's that. Some of you that are already coupled are going to be getting behind each other in whatever the other one's idea or desire is of what they want to do. So if it's your significant other, you're going to get behind their idea. You're going to want to promote it or be involved with it and get into it. Or if it's you, then your significant other is going to get behind you, get into it, and want to expand it or promote it. Some of you are going to win some fantastic family debate, and you're going to shine and show you, or it's going to show you were right all along, and you're going to win. So and it doesn't have to be family, it could be at a job, or it could be a political debate. So it could be if you're in politics and you're debating or you're up for election, some of you Leos are going to win something. And if it's not you're in politics, if you're not in that, it could be, like I said, in your family. If you get into it with people, or you said, mark my words, they're going to see, everybody's going to know. Well, guess what? Your marked words are going to show out to have been right. Or if you have it right then in November, you're going to win some kind of argument. People are going to be like, yep, Leo was right. So that comes up for some of you as well. So you had a tricky Ace of Cups card there. You got to listen to that again. Next card you have is the Death card. This is something ending so something new can begin. It's transformation. Sometimes this card can come up when somebody has passed away, but it feels like it would have already happened usually, and then they're talking about the aftermath of it in the reading. It's not usually predicting it, but you have to see what comes up. Usually it's something in your life is ending, so something new can begin for you. You know, somebody did pass away for some of you in the past, and I see you have a crap ton of work to do, or you had some work like that to do where you had to go through and, like, I feel like I'm looking at dusty, dirty stuff had to be cleaned. I'm seeing a dusty banister. If you had to sell the house, you may have been stripping wood and refinishing it, or like going through like old, dirty, dusty boxes and basements and attics. And because I see a lot of dust, and I see like you like cleaning and sweeping, mopping, cleaning, you know, hiring people to come in and help do this too and move. Like, you weren't just standing by, you were in the thick of it. So some of you did have to clear something out. Either you're doing it in November or it already happened. And this would have been because somebody passed away and you're cleaning out their house. Some doorway opens for you. You're climbing up the ladder of success. So some option that was closed off from you before, I feel kind of opens up or becomes available, because I see you, some of you, you're climbing up some kind of ladder of success in the month of November. You know, if you're a crafts person and you know how to build something or make something, you know, make jewelry or do fantastic oil paintings or create something, like refurbish something from something old and know how to change it and alter it and make it new. I don't know, but I see some of you making some kind of instructional videos that you're either going to put on YouTube or that you are going to put on some website where you could, you know, sell teaching and training and instructing videos. Some of you may be doing that. And it doesn't have to be, it could be psychic, it could be astrology. I'm not saying it's not that, but for some of you, it's something else you know how to do. It's for some of you, it's not that. Even if you already do that, it could still be something else. Some of you are going to receive notification from the court system or a lawyer that's saying something is either finished and final or something got dropped. It's one or the other. So a case could have gotten dropped, or a case is over and final. So if you were waiting for a lawsuit settlement or a divorce settlement or a bankruptcy thing to go happen, or an estate and will to get settled, that kind of thing, I feel like some of you are going to get that in November or in December. Like, you get the notification it's over or a case got dropped. So the next card you have here is the Star. You have really good cards in your reading, even though you may say death doesn't seem good, but transformation is usually a good thing. You have the Star here, and this is spiritual blessings coming to you, or an answered wish or an answered prayer. That's quite a different looking star card here. That's why I was looking at it, because I don't see that often. It's usually a woman. with water, with their hands with water running through them and birds singing in a tree. But this is a bird. Some finalizing some deal or some kind of outcome is going in your favor in November. If you listed something for sale, like a home, I feel like you're going to sell it or the closing happens in November. If you had any kind of operation of any sort on your body, or it could even be somebody close to you, but I really feel it's more like you, it goes successfully. So if you had anything removed or anything changed or you had surgery of some sort, I feel it goes successfully. It's the optimum time for you to buy into some kind of market. So if you play the stock market, it's an optimum time for you to buy in the month of November. I feel like the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 15th might be good days for you to do that. Some of you are going to come across some kind of old documents or old papers that also have some game changer energy about them. So if you were in dispute with someone, family member, government, state, local government, town, whatever, and you didn't have documentation to prove something, you're going to find those documents, because I get these documents are going to be game changer energy for you. Some of you are going to be fixing up something that was like broken down and restoring it. It could be a room, a home, a shed, a garage, a car, an attic, a roof, a banister with stairs. Because I keep seeing this banister, I'm going to tell you that for some of you Leos, I see this banister and you're either stripping it or you're having to clean it, and I feel like it's kind of ornate. It looks old to me, I guess I'm going to say Victorian, kind of. And I see you getting a lot of gestures of kindness are going to come to you from people. And this could be clients that appreciate you. It could be customers. It could be people in your family. It could be your kids or, someplace where you work or volunteer at. So I get you getting like gestures of kindness and people showing that they appreciate you come up strongly through the star card in November. Now, I pulled a card for you from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle cards. I came across this box and in a box of tarot cards and oracle cards I hadn't looked in a long time. And I was like, I'm the lucky mermaid. Shouldn't I be pulling a mermaid card here once in a while? I guess I should. And I haven't done it for quite a while. I used to do oracle cards a lot 4.5 years ago when I started on YouTube. But I, thought, well, I should do that again, see what comes up. And this card came up for you. Leo, you got protection. Your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. So you got protection. I think that's a pretty card here, especially for Leos. And let's see, why do the guides say this is here for you? I feel like you've come through troubled waters and you're now like embarking on new journeys or on more positive shores. I feel like you've had some kind of difficulties, Leo, about either clients and customers or people in your family and relatives. It could be coworkers or bosses. You've had people that were haranguing you. That's what I see. Like causing, troubles, maybe trying to go against you in some way. And I feel like you've been protected during this time because I actually feel like you're coming out of this phase. Anything that was taken away from you, I feel like it gets brought back to you. So if family members took something away from you, if you had a child that got taken away from you, if you had objects or money taken away from you, or a house or some verdict taken away from you, I feel whatever it was, Leo, it gets brought back to you. It's going to get brought back to you between now, I feel, and the end of January 2019. So that's not that far away. That gap of time is not that broad. November, December, January. It's somewhere in those 3 months. And I do feel that some of you Leos are actually going to enlist the help of others to put some protections on things so that people cannot take them from you. You may be hiring bodyguards. You could be putting things in safety deposit boxes. You could be hiring security to surveil your house. You could be getting an electric fence and security at a place that you own. It could be you're getting copyrights and trademarks to protect intellectual properties. So you just have to think about how that works for you, because you've got the protection going both ways here. You're doing some protections to protect things that you have, and you have been protected as well. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please be sure to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested in getting a continuation of this reading, Leo, where I look into my crystal and get additional predictions and messages for you from my spirit guides for the month of November 2018, you can access those videos for download and purchase by clicking on the link below this video in the Show More section. Also, there's some other videos that you may have missed that I recently did in October. So I did 2 different series that you may not have noticed, and they were actually both pretty popular, especially this one. I got a lot of positive comments on it. The Spirit Animal Messages and Gemstone Crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. These are kind of spiritual in nature, but they also did contain predictions and messages that were not just spiritual. They had both, where I pulled 2 cards from the Stephen D. Farmer Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides. I think that's what it was called, Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guide Oracle cards. I pulled 2 cards for each sign from that deck, and I pulled a gemstone crystal for each sign of the zodiac from my purple velvet bag of gemstone crystals. I reached my hand into the bag. There's 20 crystals in the bag, and whichever stone jumped into my hand for your sign, I psychically read the stone with predictions and messages and advice from my spirit guides for you from that stone, as well as read facts to you about the energetic properties of the stone, such as what zodiac sign is connected to it, what planets were connected to the stone, and also what healing properties the stone possessed as well. And then I give it to you psychically, what my guides tell you, why this stone would be good for you to carry in your purse, put in your bra, sleep with under your pillow, use in meditations, and put on your chakras when you're doing any healing or meditative work. And I give you that information as well. So if you're interested in getting those, the link for that is below this video, and it will take you to those videos on Vimeo. And then the other video series is the Venus in retrograde psychic tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac, where I pulled 3 cards from this very deck that I used today in the November readings from the Aquarian tarot deck. I pulled 3 cards for you about what's going on in Venus in retrograde for your sign. The first card will be about what you are struggling with during this Venus in retrograde period. The second card is about what you're clearing out or how you're clearing things out during that Venus in retrograde period. And then the third card is how you are moving forward, in what manner, what predictions and messages come up for you for the future moving forward, even after Venus in retrograde goes direct. It goes direct on November 16th, 2018. We get out of the shadow period a month later in December of 2018. But these predictions are going to last maybe even till the next Venus in retrograde, because you're moving forward. It's what you're struggling with, what you're clearing out, and how you're moving forward. So hopefully you'll find those interesting and helpful for you. So I hope you have an absolutely phenomenal November, Leo. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.